So I said, if we're going to look for you, we're going to look in the harbor.
Okay, so just
If
finish.
if we don't really have a motivation, why are you looking for me to stay
Because
together?
you came down with us, and all of a sudden you're gone.
Yeah, you disappeared without saying a word, so.
Yeah. What the hell?
So just because I can't be bothered typing this all, I'll type what's important people don't need to see. So you can see that people are walking around. You can see that stuff's being moved on and off. Um, Obviously, the third ship that you see, you can see that they're loading stuff, and the stuff that these guys look. There's four guys. And they look pretty well. They don't look like normal sailors, to be honest. They're pretty. Their gear's pretty. Um, well maintained. Like you can see that, and they're moving some relatively heavy um, containers by the looks of it.
These are like big burly guys. Are they having trouble moving this stuff?
Yeah, is this just something that we would notice as we're walking by, or is it
No,
something
this,
that
this,
you was?
this is rats. So you just haven't got here. This is before you have even left. This is just
Gotcha.
stuff.
Gotcha.
On your spot, you notice that there's two half orcs. The pretty hefty guys trying to move this stuff, and they are struggling. You notice one human female and a gnome, and the gnome's pretty well like he looks pretty well off, like clothing wise. He's not poor, and he's not struggling.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how hot is that human female?
Pretty attractive. She's got some scarring issues, like some facial scarring issues that are pretty. She's looked like she's been cut up quite a bit in regards to the face.
So what to
She's a pretty, she's pretty well built human female.
So
Okay.
what then, hey? What does then?
So is that like what? Like an 8 body and a 6 face, or something?
Yeah, something like that. Let's say that.
How big is the chest?
The chest, really? Are we gonna go there?
You're not
Yeah.
playing, man.
Yeah, you're not playing. I don't have to answer your question.
Exactly.
I am an indecent human being with an unseen servant. I would like to know how big the chest is.
She's an 8 body. You're looking at least like a 36C.
Yeah, let's go with
I am of the opinion that big breasts cannot necessarily make the body attractive.
So you're saying you're not a breast man?
I think Avert is an anything man. Take whatever you can get.
Yeah.
Or is that an anything dwarf?
Touche.
Well, I will have you know that short women often have big breasts.
So she's
Um,
a 6 face and an 8 body.
Those Rat can see, like you can see that she's been cut up. She's got like a scar going from about to the middle of her forehead, like going right down, and it looks.
Well,
Roll another spot check for me, and we'll see.
when you say an 8 body, do you mean like an 8 body if you happen to like fat women? Or an 8 body
No.
if you like fat women?
Like my personal opinion, definitely you do not like fat woman. This is like she's a fighter. Like you can tell that she's a fighter the way she's built. You can see from like what you'd know from like general weapons and stuff. You can tell that scar is being caused by some kind of curved sword.
So she's fit and somewhat muscular. Got it.
Everybody's very concerned about the appearance of this woman.
Well, if we're gonna role play, we might as well role play.
Yeah, if we're gonna roleplay, you might as well go all the way.
That's what she said.
How do you like rotate your piece?
Oh,
Sorry, I was typing to keep track of the spells that I've cast. Just to
grab
make
it and
sure.
I'm keeping track of them already as
Yeah.
well.
but Vert, you just grab it and move the mouse wheel.
So you have to use 2 fingers with it.
Yeah, unfortunately.
What do we know of the surrounding area? I think I heard that this is a port town, and that's why there's a harbor.
Yeah.
But-
So this is a port town. It's on an inland sea. It's a really large lake, so it's called an inland sea. You can barely make out the opposite shore. Like it's that far that you can just see the line of it on the horizon. So we're on the west coast, and this is like the last real major civilization when you're heading southwest, which is where you were fighting. In regards to you were putting down a rebellion, pretty much. You just got hired to help put down a rebellion, part of civil war. And so, like anywhere south, like probably about directly southwest by south kind of area, there's a large mountain range. Out west is just huge forests. Like there's nothing really out there. And then north is more towards civilization, especially if you're going up towards if you're following the coast of the lake. The more north and northeast you get, there's bigger and bigger cities up that direction. There used to be, from what roll a skill wise. Let's just roll a intelligence check. For the hell of
Okay.
it.
Oh well.
Well, then try a wisdom check. Let's see what you can do with that. Okay, so
Yeah, that's not bad.
so what you know from the area, especially with your profession and what you've done, there is ruins of a relatively old civilization in this area, and they've been known to perform certain kinds of magic, or were known to perform certain kinds of magic. And this is general stuff. Like most people should know this because this is part of the history of the country.
Okay.
How is
The-
the attractiveness of the women? How is that is for you?
where are the ruins exactly? Were they like part of this town that we're in?
No,
or-
they weren't part of this town. They're more towards towards like the southwest where you came from, but like more along the coast. Like there was like another area, but it's like straight up ruins. Like and it's believed to be haunted, which is why it's kind of stayed away.
Do you think that's gonna stop me?
No, but
Do we have to worry about food or anything like that?
no, you were given supplies, and like when they decommissioned your unit or whatever and paid you all off, they also got rid of a lot of bulk supplies they had, so they were just pretty much giving it away. So you've been given like at our normal, you've all got backpacks and they're pretty full of stuff. And again, you were told that if you need anything more within the next couple of weeks, you can go speak to the guards of the local garrison, and they would try and help sort you out in regards to survival supplies and stuff.
I suppose I should get up and go find the others.
So you're gonna roll a spot check for me.
Make sure you can walk.
I was gonna
No,
say,
no. He's fine to walk. We know he's fine to walk. He's just gonna roll a spot check to.
Okay.
So you get outside the door. You roll your spot check. You have no idea where they are. You have no idea. You have no clue where they've gone. The only thing you know is there's a harbor one direction and there's the city the other direction. Like you have no clue where they've gone.
Alright, I will walk towards the harbor because this is so wonderful. Will clear my senses.
So you go off on your walk, trying to clear your senses.
Sober up.
I kind of decide this is like fucking boring, and those guys might be just a little too much for me right now. So I decide to, head, was it southeast, and look for those
Southwest.
Yeah.
along the coast?
Okay, so can we get Abby to roll a spot check? And Alana, actually. Both of these roll a spot check.
A spot check that uses the wisdom modifier, right?
I rolled
Yes,
an
it
8.
uses the wisdom modifier, but and it also uses whatever you put in spot.
My
rolled an
wisdom is 18 and I have 1 spot, so
So,
I mean I would get
your
a 5
check-
bonus to.
So your check is like your wisdom is 13. No, that's rots. So your wisdom is 4 plus 1 plus the 3 you rolled. So you got like a 7, but they're gone. They left where you were, so they were like far enough away that you couldn't see them. So you just didn't have. So what we got? We got a 12 and an 8.
Okay.
And I have a bonus of 2.
Is this a wisdom check or
This is wisdom.
Spot.
So this is spot. So this is the spot modifier plus your modifier from wisdom plus the roll.
my spot is 7. Plus 1 for half elf.
Whoa.
Shit. So you get so you're what, 15? So you spot Rat. You see Rat's character walking back along the dock. Rat, you roll a spot check as
She does, or we both do, or what?
she does. She sees Rat like walking, like he's still about halfway out in the dock walking. It's a relatively long dock. Like these schooners are like 20-30 meters long.
Are you telling me that you saw him?
No.
All right.
And Rat, you do not even realize they're there. You're just walking away. So you're heading towards the exit of the city.
What's my spot? Fuck.
Not good enough.
Apparently not.
Yours is +1, and then your wisdom is +1, so you got
Oh,
an
I
8
see.
in total.
So I don't tell Apward that I saw Kai. I just kind of sneak away from Apward while he's still trying to look and find him, and I try and catch up to Rat.
Roll a move silently check.
Six.
Oh, wait. Did you also take into consideration the familiar? Forgot about that shit. That gives me a boost too. +9 spot according to this.
Alright, so you know they're there. You can see them coming. You recognize them, you see them heading towards you. Or, walking along.
And I haven't. Well, I should probably. Do I have a backpack?
Yeah, you just all have backpacks now. You just have backpacks. I'll finish up the list.
Okay, so I mean, I've just wait. Do familiars need air to breathe
One
or
second.
anything? Because I just sort of stuff that fucker in the backpack. If not, so he's still in arm reach, and I get his bonuses.
Oh yeah, I should see what bonuses I get from having Oscar with me.
Do I roll a check against her move silently?
Sorry about that. I was off headset for 10 seconds. Because my dad brought the pup into the bedroom. Alright, so yeah, so you know they're coming. Alana sees them. You roll a move silently check. B, can you roll a listen check? Yeah, you don't sneak away. He knows you're moving.
Damn it.
Where are you going? Elf?
I'm a half elf, and I spotted the other half elf. The shifty one.
Oh. What, do you know he's shifty?
I don't like how he looks
Should
at me.
Should I roll another spot check, see if I see them?
Yeah, you roll on the spot check.
I had to roll a sense motive check.
Yeah, so roll a sense motive, Alana, and then Vert will roll
I rolled 16.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, Vert, you roll a spot check.